Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to pump up the vase life of your tulips with these simple pro tips. I'm Ellen Frost. I have been a florist for 15 years. I write a weekly flower newsletter, and I'm building a community of flower nerds online. Today I'm going to teach you a lot of tips about how to get the most vase life out of your tulips. The first thing is to choose tulips that are high quality and locally sourced, if you can. So high quality tulips come from either directly from a farm or from a reputable seller. You can also look for locally sourced flowers in places like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. Just look for a sign on the wrapper that says locally sourced. The closer to home they are coming from, the longer vase life you tend to have. The further away those flowers are coming, the shorter vase life you're going to have. When you're choosing tulips in the store, you want to look for tulips that are barely colored up. Now I know this might seem counterintuitive because they might seem like they're not ready or they are not ready for design, but you really want to, this is the correct harvest stage for a tulip when they're barely colored up in the bloom. If you see tulips that are in the store like this, fully colored up and almost all the way open, this tends to mean that you're going to have less vase life for your tulips. So you really want to choose one that has a little less color and is pretty closed, and these are going to open up inside your home. So once you get your tulips home, you want to make sure that you are using a clean clipper. So make sure you wash your clippers really well so you don't spread any bacteria to your flowers. And then you're going to want to trim the bottom of these stems. So usually when you get these home, there's going to be a little scab over the bottom of the tulip. You want to trim that off so that there's a nice, fresh, clean cut that's going to help the tulip take up water. You also want to take off any of these leaves that are at the bottom of the stem. One, because they don't look great, and two, because you don't want to be hydrating leaves that don't need to be hydrated. You can really just pull those off, hydrate the flower, and maybe a leaf or two up at the top. Now, I've heard people say that when they get their flowers home, their tulips are drooping, so something like this. The reason that tulips droop is because they are not hydrated enough. So the first thing, like I said, is that you have to give them a clean cut so that they can help take up water. The other thing I would say is that tulips like to be hydrated in a straight standing up position. And in order to get them to stay in that position, what you might want to do is just take like a newspaper or even like the sleeve that they came in. Make sure they're like wrapped up pretty tight, and then let them hydrate in a vase just like this for a few hours so that they're hydrating straight up and down. The water is going straight up to the bloom, and that it's not fighting against gravity where they're already drooped over. So that's one way to really make sure that your stems stay nice and straight. So once you've cleaned them all up, you've hydrated them and you've found a vase for them, you want to find a place in your home to keep your tulips. Now tulips, unlike a potted plants want to be in sunlight. Cut flowers do not. Cut tulips do not want to be in direct sunlight. They want to be in a shaded place, in a low light place, a cool place. They don't want to be very hot. So find some place that's out of direct sunlight and out of direct flow of heat. So like not near a radiator or near a heating vent. And then every day you want to change the water in your tulip vase. And the way you want to do that is just to take your tulips out, dump the old water out, fill it with nice clean water, and then put your tulips right back in the vase. Now, you want to really do this every single day. I know that that might mean more maintenance for them, but you're going to get more vase life out of these tulips if you change the water every day. You also want to give the stems about a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch trim every 2 days. That's going to cut off any of the part that's sort of gotten mushy in the water and help them take up water. And then as you're enjoying your flowers, every flower is going to have sort of a different vase life, even the same tulips from the same bunch. So as you start to see one that is dying or starting to look bad, you can just take that one out, put it in the compost, leave your other fresh ones in. What you don't want to do is leave a dying stem in with your other fresh stems because they will contaminate the water and then make your flowers die faster. So just be sure to pluck those out And then when you're just left with a couple little stems, you can always just cut them down and put them in a like small little bud vase once you get to the end of their life. So these are all the pro tips that we use here in my shop. I know that they work because we use them every single day for tulips. So try them out and see if they extend the vase life of your tulips at your home.